the playoffs.
Yeah, hey,
And then sweep everybody.
you know, they're just really they're kind of okay. Well, this is off the thing, but off the subject. But not really. They picked up Tyretti off of us.
They did.
And if we want to talk about Carolina,
They did beat us.
they beat us too. So I mean, we're not world beaters, but they're not either.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah. And I mean, you're gonna have those just dumb losses.
Yeah, and I mean it's not gonna call them fluky, but you're not either on or you're off one night. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pick this game for a Blues win. I think it's going to be and this is a home game for the Blues.
Yeah. Blues
are way better at home than they are on the road.
Of course.
But, yeah, of course, because we can't win on the road. I'm going to pick a 4-2 Boston win. I just think, Rask has been playing out of his mind. So
I'm going to say it's either going to be a 3-2 overtime loss against the Bruins, or it's going to go shootout. And
we'll win in a shootout.
yeah.
I think, but see, like that, I don't know. Like, I want to say we would, but then it leads us to our next topic, our goaltending.
Yeah.
I don't trust our goaltending right now in a shootout.
What do you think of the goalie grumblings with the Blues?
I think the way that the goaltending, and Hitchcock said it the other day, if this team makes the playoffs, it's based on goaltending. Right now, our goaltending is not good.
Right.
That's not to say we don't have two good goaltenders. They are just not playing good. We went from .912 save percentage last year, being the best in the league, and now we're at an .864, which is the lowest in the league.
Yeah.
People want to point and say, "Oh, well, we had Elliott then." Yeah, well, okay. Would I take Hutton now, or what Elliott is this year in Calgary? Who's to say if Elliott didn't come back here, he's not the same goaltender?
Right.
I don't know. I think, it's not a think. They have to pick it up. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. We have to play better. I think Allen is a good goaltender. I'm not going to blame any of his, latest games on anything, but he was having a child. He does have a new child that arrived. So maybe it's a little less stressful now in the Allen household. But it's not all goaltending. Defense needs to play better.
Yeah.
Defense needs to tighten up. We need to figure out defense. Need to figure out a lot of things. Like Colton Parayko, he's played a little softer, so to speak. He's not hitting like he should. He's not getting in the corners like he should be. And I'm kind of wondering maybe now if this Hitchcock, Mike Yeo situation is beginning to take a little bit of a toll on things, because what I don't understand is why you signed Bortuzzo for 2 years
and he's
not dressing out. He's not playing. He's playing when you scratch somebody.
He
because
has played a total of 5 games, and that irks me, because you're having players now that know that they have to play more physical when normally that they're not really physical players. But I mean that's great for guys like Berglund who have the size that should have been doing that stuff forever.
Yeah, but look at Berglund now tearing it up.
Yeah.
But he should have been doing it. But defense wise, you look at our defense.
Yeah.
Pietrangelo, Bouwmeester, Shattenkirk, Gunnarsson, Parayko, and I know I'm missing one. Edmondson. And you look at that and you say, who is a defensive defenseman? Edmondson. He is a liability in the fact that he's not that fast. He skates maybe he's a little slower skating. People get around him, but he's a big guy, and you need that because he's tough and physical.
Yeah.
Defensive defenseman. You would put Pietrangelo maybe as a two-way defenseman. His defense has been a little more shaky this year, but I mean he's always consistent in his defense. But then you look at it too, who's also always consistent. Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester is consistently not good at defense, and he keeps getting worse. He is like a liability out there. Like, why? I get why Bouwmeester is playing. I understand it. But there's been so many games where I don't know what he's doing. Like, I just don't know. Like I remember sitting there when we were watching the Winter Classic, and I was like, "What are you? That's not a thing. Like, why are you doing that?
What are you doing even?"
Like,
I honestly, I would dare to say that if I had to pick,
I know where you're going with this, and I'm going to agree.
If I had to pick between Edmondson and Bouwmeester, I would pick Edmondson.
Yeah, if I had to pick between Bortuzzo and Bouwmeester, I'm going to pick Bortuzzo. I mean, he's younger. Let's start there. He's just younger.
Yeah.
Bouwmeester's old.
I
thought the Bouwmeester's trade, I believe, when we traded for him, thought it was a great trade because we needed that defense then. Now we're 4 years into that trade and a 7-year contract,
and it's a no trade clause.
Yeah, where he's just. I mean, I'm not trying to knock him as a hockey player. He's been around this long for a reason.
He's a good hockey player. I feel like there's been like some concussions or something that's been missed, and that's why he's kind of like he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing sometimes. Just the look on his face. It's like, hey, I'm supposed to be doing something and I forgot what I was supposed to be doing.
He is that I'm trying the best I can look, and it's not the best, but then
then he goes and does something really good, and you're just like, why are you making me feel this way about you?
Yeah, it's like finally you're playing the way that you need to play.
It's like training a puppy.
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're so cute, but you're making me so mad right now. Stop doing that. I
just want to rip your head off.
Stop doing that. Yes. And then they stop doing that, and you're like, yay!
It's about time you stop doing that.
Thank you, dog.
I don't...
Thank you, Bouwmeester.
Yeah, he's... But we're also at the point where we're gonna lose a defenseman here, and it's something that's known here. Shattenkirk might not be here before February 1st. He might get traded.
Yeah. And
if not traded, he's going to be here till the end of the year, and we're not re-signing him. We don't have the money. We got to re-sign Parayko. We got to re-sign Edmondson. We got to re-sign, our younger players. We have younger players. Yeah, we have younger players coming up. We have Barbashev coming up. It's just... I don't know. What if we trade?
I wonder what Yanni Hakanpää would do at a professional level of hockey.
Probably nothing. He would probably not. He didn't make it here.
I don't know. He's a big dude. He should just be like, hey, go out and hit somebody.
Well, they did it with Chara, and it's lasted this long.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If you have a 12-foot stick, though, I think you can just poke everything.
Yeah. I mean, he's the same height? Or like an inch shorter than Chara?
He's like an inch shorter. Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is a big human.
It's a big human putting him on 5-inch skates. That's a bigger human.
That is a giant. It's a behemoth of a man.
I mean, we just need players. We need everything. That's just the way it is. Like, we're gonna lose Shattenkirk. I hear something that I hear, which God knows we'd have to give up too much for it. But Tampa Bay is looking for defense. Every player is on the table to get rid of. They will trade anybody. You want to give me Kucherov for somebody? You want to give me
What is Johnson's numbers looking like this year?
Tyler Johnson doing pretty good. I think a change of scenery would be good for him.
And
Hell, you want
he's 26 or 27?
25, 26.
Okay.
You want to give me Druin. Great, let's do it. I think putting him on a younger team with younger people, awesome. Stevie Yzerman, though, the asking price is going to be way too high. I don't see the Blues moving Shattenkirk before the trade deadline because you're not going to get what you want. In order to do that, you are going to have to work out a sign-in trade where you sign him, he goes to that team and wants to re-sign with them. So you got to look at it as he wants 5 to 7 years. Who's going to keep him for 5 to 7 years? That's going to be a big contract.
Yeah.
Money-wise. He's going to get paid. That's just the way it is. I don't see us trading him. I think he'll stay here till free agency, and then maybe I see him going northeast. He's going to go to New York. He's from New York.
Try to go to the Rangers.
He's from Boston. A dark horse, which I wouldn't really call it a dark horse, but maybe Detroit. I wouldn't mind trading him to Detroit now if he wanted to re-sign with Detroit. But I don't know.
Yeah. And with that, I looking at plus minus numbers. Steen is this is from the bottom. He's tied with like 20 other players in 44th place.
That's not good.
With negative. That's at a negative 10. Dan Severson with the New Jersey Devils is the number one worst with a negative 25 plus minus. Production from the Blues could be better, and it definitely could be worse. Their goals for and games played, they're 9th in the league with 2.83. And their goals against with games played, they're number 7 with 2.93. So they're kind of doing really good with putting pucks in nets, and they're doing really good at letting them in their own net.
Yeah, which doesn't equal out. That equals
Right.
out to mediocrity.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to be if it keeps going this way.
And if something doesn't change, you want it to change for the better. If you want something to change, which could happen if the All-Star break is coming up, that'll be good for some of the players to just kind of rest. Maybe get on Allen.
But we've seen teams take off after the break. Happens in every sport. Maybe rest will do you some good. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe too much rest. They had 3-4 days off between their last game and the Classic. They came out and dominated. Thought that would continue. Then you go and lose to Carolina, but then you come back and get a good win against Dallas. So it's just weird. 2 is a streak, right? So if we put 2 together, we got a win streak.
Yeah.
We haven't won back-to-back games since November. It's not great.
Yeah.
We're in mediocrity land right here.
Also, some encouraging numbers is their power play percentage is 21.9%, and that puts them at 6th in the league. And then their penalty kill, they are at number 5 with 85.8%. And so they're doing really good in the special team aspect of things, which should help them out if they can continue to run numbers like that.
Well, we better hope they do.
Yeah. Fix that defense and it'll fix the goalie. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have a great goalie, but if you still nothing in net, I mean, you have great defense, but you still have nothing in net.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you can't stop a beach ball, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't take away from Allen's talent. He's a good goalie.
Team as a whole needs to play better. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And
It goes both ways. With you can't make the goalie do everything, and you can't make the forwards do everything.
No, but
so they got to start
doing something,
pulling their own weight.
Maybe it's terrible. Now I feel like we're just wasting these last 10 seconds. Why not? we just got people waiting on the porch. No big deal.
Yeah. Well,
No, they were here early.
it's good. Shut them out for a little while.
Right.
All right, we're off to band practice.